Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Oh, it's the best circuit ever. It's just amazing. I mean, a lot of close walls, but just so nice to be back out.
Yeah, my first time on the island, first time racing here, so all being well, it should go good.
I'm still thinking, hold on, I'm going to go out and be like, what corner is this again? But remembering some of it when we get there.
I've got a lot of admiration for all the passengers. We can only ride as good as the passenger lets us say.
Yeah, it goes very well. I really enjoy it.
It's just more bumpy than anything I'd ever done before.
Yeah, it's very, very quick, challenging, so a lot different. There's a bit more furniture here, let's say, so yeah, we'll go out and see what we can do this afternoon.
What a race that was. It was exciting for us to watch. Incredible.
Oh, it was slippy.
Yeah.
I couldn't work any of the lefts properly, because if I did, the back would spin out. But
yeah,
we made it work, didn't we?
Yeah, you made it work. You had a couple of hairy moments, didn't we? Makes you go, ooh.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, Jack said he wanted a race with his dad, so that was a race with his dad, wasn't it?
Really good. I mean, last year we came here and I couldn't race because I was injured. To come back and get a podium, yeah, well placed, and especially for William.
Absolutely loved it. It's a brilliant race.
Yeah, a bit slicker in the wet, but that's all the more fun, isn't it?
It was spectacular to watch you two battle out for first, so well done. I know it wouldn't be the way that you want to finish it, but...
No, excellent to get a win on my first time here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was very, very fast. Thank you, Jack. I was just hoping to stay on, to be honest, and I did that, so it was a win for me.
Driver's mistake, hitting a neutral and gifting the win, but he deserves a win. He's done very well this weekend.
Yeah, it was all right, was that? Fortunate Jack missed his gear and took advantage.
Pleased with that, very pleased. Good end to the PTT weekend.
The problem with racing here is it makes everything else seem a bit of a step down.
Oh, there's nowhere better, is there? Great club, great people. It's just great, isn't it?
Hello, three-wheelers around the world. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, this is the big appetizer we have at the pre-TT down in Castletown on the MOTOR ISLE Billown Course. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute, but the MOTOR ISLE course, that's us. I'll give you a big hint, you know, for those that maybe don't know about it.
Absolutely.
But any case, it's the friendly
it's the best,
races.
It's the best circuit.
Yeah, so we have a great partnership with the friendly races, the Southern 100, right? But the weather's not too friendly. What do you say, huh, Jack and Haley? The weather's not cooperating at all, you know, but as you know, everybody from around this part of the world, it's been Sunshine City, right? It's not anymore, you know. But in any case, fingers crossed. So we're gonna take everybody on a great journey, you know, for the next fortnight. 2 weeks for the American guys out there. I don't know what that means, but okay. So we already started. You did, didn't you, Haley?
I have, yeah.
What's happened there with you now? With
well,
2 weeks
we're
later?
here down on the MOTOR ISLE Billown Course. Yeah. It's the solos and the three-wheelers. So I've been doing the Two Wheeling Classics, so you can head to the Two Wheeling Classics channel, and we're going to have a bunch of content up there from this event. We've also got the highlights up there from last year's event, which is great. Some fantastic people we checked in with there. But it's been great fun. It's just been a bit of a challenge with the weather. As we experienced last year at the Southern 100, it's a little bit wet.
Yeah.
This year is a little bit wet, but it's not going to dampen our spirits.
No, it's not. It's not. But you made it through okay. Now the weather, like today, it was kind of teasing us. It wasn't too bad, and if it would have stayed the way it was, then we would have been really happy about that. But of course, you can see what's happening. That's the reason why we've taken shelter in here in the scrutineer. With the scrutineers, our friends in here. So you need a little bit of background talking in the background there. But but things went okay with you.
Things went great.
Great.
Yeah, they're about to go. Okay? They've just been racing as well. They started the races for the solos, but we are here to cover the three-wheelers. And although you say we're like kind of sheltering in here. It's not a bad place to be sheltering in, is it? With that piece of machinery behind you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's good.
Lucky, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, you can see it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Take a little shot there.
The 67 machine, the BMW machine of Alan Warner and Tom Dawkins. They're going really well. They're cracking classic, aren't they, Haley?
Look at those tyres, Jack.
I know, them big wheelers, called big wheelers for a reason, like.
Yeah.
And, look at the engine and all, the boxer engine, they're laid down. They weren't made for sidecars, but they might as well have been, because they're just beautiful and low and superb. That's what it's all about, scrutiny, doing the job.
That's Blue Bear.
Ah, yeah.
That's Blue Bear. We know everybody, don't we, Jack?
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Now, how do you? We have to go across the line. We got to get back together here again now, and have Jack have a word or two here now. So, Jack, you all ready for this? And you're
absolutely. It's tremendous to be back, Chris. Thank you very much for having me back again. I'm really excited for both the pre-TT and, of course, TT next week. But looking at the results and looking at the weather, it's going to be some interesting racing over these next couple of days. We've had two qualifying sessions, but the first one was exceptionally wet. I was talking to a couple of the drivers, and they said they were coming out of Church Bend, and it just looked like a lake in front of them. So that obviously put a bit of a dampener. But then this morning we had a really dry qualifying session, and a lot of people got some quite good lap times in. A bit off the pace. I think there's a few damp patches about this morning, but obviously everywhere now is just going to be it's wet everywhere. It's been raining all afternoon, unfortunately, but it's going to be these are called slidey cars for a reason, eh?
All right. So that's good.
We've got to mention what Jack's been up to, haven't we, Chris?
Oh no, I was going to say she takes the words out of my mouth, right? Yeah, these ladies always do it. She's ahead of me all the time here. But yeah, that's right. I hear something like a word like a champion or championships. What's that all about?
Oh, well,
fill us in, Jack. Come on,
Thank you very much, Chris.
Fill the beads here.
Since you last seen us, we won the British Championship last year on the Formula One Sidecar, which was
Team Laidlow.
To be honest, yeah, Team Laidlow. Yeah, sorry, me and my brother Sam Laidlow and all driver. He's the youngest person to win it, actually, as it goes. So, but yeah,
it was a spectacular win as well.
Yeah,
absolutely superb.
I'll be honest with you, Hayley. The race was at 11 o'clock. It was finished by 12. I don't remember much of the afternoon after that, in all honesty. But
I don't know what time I popped down to see you, but he was on his way. And rightfully so, right? You should be celebrating.
No.
And then also, so tell us a bit about this year. So you're doing the World Championship, the British Championship. Fill us in.
Yeah, so we're doing the World Championship and the British Championship this year. We've got a new bike this season. We're finding some teething issues that you do with the bike. We haven't had the greatest of starts this season, but it still looks promising. And if you don't have the greatest starts, you can only get better, can't you? So hopefully, the rest of our next round's at Pannoni Ring in Hungary, which is a round of the World Championship. Followed then the week after by the BSB back in Snetterton. So it's good. We're just going to ride the bikers and enjoy riding our bike basically. So that'll be good. But it's great to be back at the TT though. It's superb to be back here. Okay, the weather's not the best, but it's.
Oh yeah.
But it's great.
Oh yeah, it's like. What do you? How do you see the classics in this wet weather? So how do you see them?
Well, it'd be very, very interesting because a lot of these classics are on 1000cc plus motors, which with a lot of torque. I was talking to Greg Lambert, and he's got his imp here, and it's got 100 foot-pounder torque, which would be very, very hard to find traction off these. If you have a look at the back wheel there, it's about 6 inches, very small back wheels. So in the wet, they can be a little bit hard to handle with the throttle and stuff, but it makes them very exceptional racing, and the wet always evens it out, doesn't it, Hayley? As you know. And we've got one two-stroke here. That's Kenny Howells on his Kettle 750 engine, and that'll be very interesting. Yesterday in the wet qualifying session, he was the second fastest. So I'm very looking forward to seeing how that goes. However, the qualifying session today has put we have 6 newcomers here at this pre-TT, and 3 of those newcomers are in the top 3 at the qualifying. That's exceptional.
How exciting is that?
That is something else, right?
Isn't it just? And also, the great thing about this year is that we've got a lot of foreign people coming in. So we've got a lot of we got Marvin Van Vermeulen, I do apologise. The Belgian team, they've just come back from Engelo and they've come here and they put it on pole. So and then followed by Sepp Noel and Kobe Druck. They are a completely newcomer team and they've qualified second, ahead of people who've been here for years, such as Greg Lambert and Tony Ferkel. And
so, Jack, is it to do with what do you think that is? How do you think that's happened? Is it to do with the bike, what they have? Is it to do with the setup that they have?
I think it's to do with the bike, to do with the setup.
The weather's gone in their favour.
Well, yeah, like I say, it was a dry session today, so which obviously it's a lot easier to learn a track in the dry because the wet you can never judge anything, especially how wet it was yesterday. That was exceptional, really. But you got to remember, a lot of these people race at places like Horwich in Czechia and Hengelo and Chimay on the continent, as a lot of the classic people do as well. But they're all road circuits, and they sort of cut the teeth on those road circuits. So when they come to here, it's not so much of a jump from racing at a classic club in places like Donington Park and Cadwell Park, where they are textbook circuits there to be raced at, not just roads that you go to get your shopping on a Monday morning. So that might have played a part in it. But I think they've just come here and they've just took like it to forgive the expression on day like today, a duck to water.
That's right.
That was
fun. You're on your game today there.
I don't know about that.
I think the wet weather is bringing it together. Oh, yeah. So what do you think, though? Okay, well, now, we talked a little bit. You have any thoughts now, Haley, with Jack, on the big meal? The TT, anything, just quick. Anything, any idea? That's going to be exciting, isn't it?
It will certainly be exciting. There's a lot of change now. When we move on to the TT on Monday, we will explain in greater detail. But the stuff like the non-seeded top 10, which means that anybody in the top 10, they can qualify anywhere, and anybody could be sitting off on that number 1 plate. Also, we've got the standard engine class going at the TT as well. That's going to be very interesting. Basically, now you can have a run with. It's 600 limited engines, but you can tune them and you can alter the position. But also you've got the standard class, which is untuned, standard, and in the old-fashioned position. Like I say, when we move on to the TT, I'll explain it in a lot further detail. But it's going to be really interesting to watch.
And the mix and the pairings and the rider, driver and passenger lineups are really exciting, aren't they? So I can't wait to talk more about that on Monday. But what about Eddie Wright returning? Eddie Wright returning this weekend, or this week, to this event. It's great to see him back, isn't it?
It's great to see him back, especially former winners. We've only got 2 former winners on the grid this time. We've got Eddie Wright and the pairing of Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves. So it's fantastic. But yeah, Eddie, obviously, his former passenger Kieran Clark, he still holds the lap record around here with 2 minutes 46 seconds, which is phenomenal. To pull it into perspective, today in the dry session, the fastest time was 3 minutes and 3 seconds. But like I say, Eddie, back in the day, he was a phenomenal rider. The TT, like I say, he won the pre-TT. And it'd be really interesting how we're getting on. He qualified 11th, but I think he had a few problems with the bike. I don't think he's entirely happy with that, but he's one of the people that just loves to ride his bike.
He was just so hungry to get back, wasn't he? He's been here supporting. We've seen him here a little bit the last couple of years, haven't we? And he's looking good. He's looking trim. He's looking well. He's looking fit.
He's looking on the bike and all, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, definitely.
So we'll see. We'll see what they deliver, but we want to have a little wander, don't we, Chris? What's this weather? I'm going to feel like a duck in water.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Never mind a duck through water.
Oh, yeah. This is something. So you guys, you go take a waddle around. That's what we're going to have to do. You're going to have to do a bit of a waddle around. Yeah, walk around. And let's hope as it is now, we think the racing will go ahead. At least that's our guess, right? So we just go ahead. And so in any case, we're going to have some great racing here on a MOTOR ISLE Billown Course. And, and I'll exit here in a second. But, so that was a great partnership we have. I wanted to get back to this, So we're going to, the MOTOR ISLE Billown Course, right? Our first big sponsorship under our new brand, MOTOR ISLE, right? Now, MOTOR ISLE, you look at it, it's just like our three-wheeling and our two-wheeling classics. You see the logo, you know what it is. The same thing here. So what is that? Yeah, you hear you say, well, it's that we're gonna go ahead and promote all the sport in every class here on the Isle of Man. Everything. It doesn't matter how many wheels you're on, or what kind of surface you're racing on, tarmac or whatever you may want to race on. But we're here, and we're going to go out there, and we're gonna tell the world, what a great island we have in motorsport. Now, how do we do that? Of course, we do it through the media, and we've been doing that right along. So we're going to be coming out there, all the clubs. We're going to come out there and see you. We were just talking about the trials a minute ago. So we'll do the trials. We'll do the motocross. We'll go up to Derby. All your clubs. We're going to be contacting you guys in time because with saying all of that, it's going to you need a lot of people, a lot of horsepower to do that, don't you, Haley?
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to take us a little time to do that, but we have a big plans now in my building. Now, I've done a press release on this some months ago on Wellington Street. Now, Wellington Street parallels right with Marxie's in the center of Douglas, our capital, right? And so we're going to put in a motorsport complex in there of a size, of a pretty big size, would be, 9,000 square foot. And so, there we go. And we're going to have a auditorium in it, seating 120 people. And then we're also going to have a cafe, merch shop, and then also like a fan zone, which we're going to have some entertainment. The first class, it's all going to be high tech. And so, so in a few weeks, we're going to go ahead and give everybody the lowdown. We're going to jack with the lowdown, laid low. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And so everybody stay tuned. And, exciting times. Yeah. All right? So in any case, having said that little spiel, you guys going to go off now?
We are. We're going to have a wander and get nice and wet. We're going to get the brolly. I think we deserve a brolly,
very good idea, Hayley. But it sounds like there's a lot of very exciting stuff happening with Motor Island, freewheeling and two-wheeling. Just keep an eye out. Very
Absolutely
exciting.
does.
All right. Okay,
So we catch up with you later.
All right, we'll check with you later.
Nice new merchandise. All right.
That's one thing that you don't get in at the TT. Look at the range of outfits that you get. You've got this old BMW here, this old tall wheeler, big 29.
We can just get a shot of that.
Yeah, just behind you there. And then you've got the lay down front exit outfits as well. It's just fascinating to watch, and none of them are any slouch by any stretch of the imagination. So at the front there, you got as I say, that's the Yamaha equipped chassis of Kenny Howells with the 750 Suzuki engine, 3-cylinder. They're called Kettles. I don't exactly know why, to be honest. I should know why. No why, but get in touch. And he had a couple of problems with that with qualifying yesterday, but I think he's got it sorted for today.'s got newcomer passenger on, and he's liking it. He said it's a lot bumpier than he thought it was, but he's getting used to it. And of course, Adam Pope's BMW outfit there, just going through scrutiny. And they had a big crash at Scarborough last year, coming together with Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy. But they managed to get themselves back up, and it's great to see him back out again this year.
Absolutely is. I'm about to take off.
Just
call me Mary Poppins. All right, let's see who we can catch.
Yeah. No, I'll go put
see who's around. There we go.
No.
And do we like to have a little chat? Oh no, he looks busy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think they've got a lot line of the carburetor on there. I think it's
isn't he?
And we've only got just over an hour before the first race, so I think there'll be a lot of teams just getting themselves ready. Like you saw, a few teams getting through scrutiny even early, just so they can come back, have a relax, get changed, maybe have a cup of tea, maybe a sandwich. I don't know.
Well, talking of Marvin Vermeulen and Troy getting the pole, which was quite spectacular, really.
Absolutely spectacular. I saw them go out on that number 56 machine, and now I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect of them. I know they've been doing pretty well in the Prometheus Cup and what have you, but it's all right, don't worry, I can just get wet, Hayley, it's fine. But I was watching the qualifying. I think they were first out, and behind them was Tony Furkel. And now Tony Furkel is no slouch around here. He's been on the podium last. He was on the podium last year twice, I think it goes.
So this is their outfit right now?
No, this is I think their outfit's just in the other half of the tent. Of course, we've got a couple of teams with them. That's the one thing about these Fulham boys. I'm with Sidecar team as well, racing as well. It's a great sense of community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyhow, I was saying in qualifying, they were just pulling away from Tony Furkel. It's fantastic to watch.
Around.
Would you like a quick word with Trevor? Is that okay? Yeah, why not?
Well, nothing.
How was it to be back then, is it?
Yeah, I love coming back here. I'm just pleased that people keep on asking me. Anytime people ask me to come here, I'll come here.
Great, and riding back with Eddie again, it's great to see him back here as well.
Oh yeah. It's been quite a while, and he's getting over bad accident and everything. So we just see how it goes. Go with the flow.
Absolutely. So how are you two getting on then? You've had a not bad qualifying?
No, we didn't do very well. We had problems with the bike, and then it's all new to him, and we're just starting all over. Just chilling out. Yeah. Our time of life, mate. You don't go for excitement.
But you're enjoying every second of it, though, are you?
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Super.
Love it here.
So what was the problem with the bike then? Do you think you've got it sorted for tonight's race?
Well, we're just trying to work. The chief mechanics looking at it and everything. If we get it going, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Here's the man. Here's Kieran.
Come on
come on in, Kieran. So, Kieran, we'll get on to next week's endeavours later on, but what's it like to see your old driver back out again?
It's quite good actually, yeah. We used to race this bike when I was 16, so it's quite nice to see it back out. He let me drive it once, but we broke it, so we're banned from using it now. But it's not the best machine to really be going out in conditions like this.
Oh yeah, get inside your own head.
It's not the best conditions really to be going out in this sort of stuff, but because they're really good if you're on like a short circuit and you've got plenty of runoff, because you can use them narrow tyres and slide around. But around here it's a bit dodgy.
No, and you can't change the tyres on the Classic, can you? You got treaded or nothing.
This particular one is like a 1950s replica, so if you look at the width of the tyre, it's 3.5 inches.
Just have a little look at that. Like you say, look at that. They're very big, but they are very narrow, like you say. Yeah. And how does that affect the wet?
In the dry, you can slide them about. In the wet, you can cut through the water better. But if it goes wrong, it just goes wrong. And round here, it's a bit dodgy. The bigger sort of tyres that the rest of the guys are running, like Marvin, Danny and Sepe, they're like a wide sort of classic tyre. So you can use them in wet or dry. It makes racing a lot cheaper than F2s. I think they're about... What was the price we last paid for an Avon classic tyre? 200 quid max? 180, yeah. Including VAT, it was 180 quid a tyre, and the last 4 meetings.
Wow, that's fantastic.
We're going through nearly a set of Hoosiers in a meeting, which is the grand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
it's a big difference.
Yeah, it certainly is. And so I saw you were working away on a bike before. We were talking to Trevor before. He's had a couple of problems, but do you know what that was?
Nothing major. Basically, the bike's been stored for such a long time. We replaced the valve springs and the valve gear before it came here.
Okay.
And then we were just retorquing the heads down and doing the old valve clearances, because it's a pushrod engine, so everything moves every time you ride it. So yeah, we're just setting it all up. Yeah, all good stuff really.
Of course, it's been 2 years since you've done the lap round here, on the Classic, and but you still hold the lap record. What's it like watching Classic go out? Do you miss your old bike, or are you happy on the F2?
I've still got it, and we were going to bring it. And then I decided to not bring it. Safer move not to bring it, really.
Well, of course, we've got a fantastic news with you for the next week, haven't we?
So I thought I'd concentrate on that, really. Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't bring it, because my Classic's like a mirror at the moment, and bringing it here will be red rusty. So I'm glad we didn't bring it.
No, it's good.
But yeah, we will use it again. We're not going to sell it or get rid of it. We'll probably do some continental meetings on it next year. Jardine, Shimane, just maybe, I think there's one called Horwich or Horace or something.
Czechia,
that's it. Yeah, we'll probably do them sort of meetings and just fit them in around the F2 sort of calendar.
Perfect.
So yeah, we'll do a bit of both.
And so are you excited for next week then? It's starting off number 16, I think.
15 we're starting off behind Bob Dawson, a friend of mine, he's 14. But looking at this, and looking at what they said Gary Thompson said in the briefing earlier, he said he probably won't start till Wednesday anyway, so it's not good.
Oh, well, it's not what you hear when you're newcomers here, but
same for everyone.
Exactly, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but
so yeah, we'll just start on Wednesday. If we start on Wednesday, we do. If we don't, we don't. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, no, perfect. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, and we're probably going to catch up with you in the next couple of weeks anyhow.
No problem. Yeah,
just get a feeling.
Yeah, no problem.
You got Eddie?
Oh, right, and now we'll talk. Let's get the man himself. So, Mr. Eddie Wright, what's it like to be back on this fantastic bike on this fantastic circuit?
At the moment, not very good.
Oh, really? Well, just a couple of problems with the bike. Is that what you're alluding to?
No, we just had to put a new tyre on after the first it wasn't a race really, was it? But after we went out on the sighting sort of thing, got a new back tyre on, and it's only 4 inches wide, so it's a powerful bike really. I don't want to be wet when I get off it tonight, when I put my leathers on again for the next race. So yeah, I've raced a long time. I want to still race a long time. I'll put the odds down, So that's it really. I admire everybody, all the younger lads who want to go out, full of enthusiasm and what have you. But my days of this have not come to an end, but I'm just probably older and wiser maybe.
Older maybe, yes, but you're still racing a sidecar, so wiser I'm not too sure. But yeah, you say it's a lot of power. It's a 1070 BMW in this, isn't it?
It's a 750 BMW.
750.
It's turning out good power, and I've not raced for 4 years because we had an accident at Cadwell Park and I got my ankle crushed, and it's just come back to normal, repaired, and I don't want anything else to happen to it. It's on that corner of the bike, on the outside back corner, and you get quite a lot of collisions on people come past you, So I don't want to smash it up again or never be able to race again,
So this is your first year back after the accident, then, is it?
This is the first time back after the accident. Yeah.
First race here, is it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And well, you looked at home. We were just saying before, you looked at home on the bike going around the qualifying, so you can't have forgotten too much in them 4 years.
Well, yeah. I've been coming here for donkey's years, I go around the place, I suppose, with my eyes closed, but not going to try it. Yeah, I do like being here. It's disappointing, it's the weather, especially after the weather we've had over the last few weeks back over. And so I'll just preserve myself and keep going.
Superb. Well, you can't ask for anything more, and it's going to be. It'll be an interesting race anyhow, because as you say, it's wet and it's great, and but yeah, no, superb. And what's it like? Taking obviously Kieran is your old passenger, and taking the team, and he's going to TT this year.
He's going to do the TT this year, yeah.
What's it like watching him going out? Because he's doing absolutely exceptional. He took his first national win the other weekend.
That's right, he did, yeah.
That was fantastic race. He's just natural, isn't he?
He's talented, yeah. He was 8 years old when I took him on. Didn't adopt him, but unofficially I did. And he's been with me ever since. He's learned the trade. He started passengering in the classics, and then moved on to F2. And now he's riding and driving it himself.
Yeah. And he used to be your old passenger as well, didn't he? So you must take quite a lot of pride in that.
I do, yeah. I take a hell of a lot of pride in him, because he's turned out from being a snotty-nosed kid into what he is now, He's a great lad. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, we'll leave you to it because we've only got an hour before the race, but really good to catch up with you again, Eddie, and all the best for tonight.
Well, yeah. If the sun comes out, then I'm going to start right.
Well, if not, enjoy your cup of tea.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll just get one of these. Can you do 3 minutes? 3? Yeah. It's a minute. There we go. Bang on. Perfect. Thank you very much. See you in a minute. Marvellous.
Sorry.
God, it's good, great to see old faces back again. And of course,
isn't it? I couldn't hear what Eddie was saying then. Sorry, the generator behind me.
But it's great, obviously former pre-TT winner. He had an accident 4 years ago at Cadwell, and obviously he said he's just trying to take it a bit steady, but he's out here doing it again. It's just that's can't have anything more really, can you? After a situation like that. But Hayley, it's coming now faster now.
Oh my goodness, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Let's see, the camera's getting very damp. I have to protect you as well with this brolly. Let's see who we can find. Maybe we can speak to someone in the scrutineering.
Yeah. If he came in here, just for a quick chat, would that be okay or not?
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry? Yeah, this microphone is very direct to him. Yeah, you've got
Yep. So we're just going to head over here. I believe we may have found someone we can chat to. And it's in the dry as well, so we just head over to this white tent.
I think we should stop splitting up, Hayley. You've taken the umbrella. So it's fine.
The three legs of man flag, always a delight to see. Whatever way you throw me, I will always stand. That's what it means. There you go.
Well, so here we have the great team of Alan Warner and Tom Dawkins. How are we doing then? How's our weekend been so far?
Very wet, unfortunately, so we've not really learnt a lot. But this afternoon wasn't too bad, was it? It was going a bit quicker. But I mean, Tom's not ridden with me on that bike for 2 years, so he's getting used to that as well. So, but yeah, it's going all right. Hopefully, it's quite good this year because we got I think 8 750s. So at least we got some people with our quality of engines, you might as well say.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's a lot of different engines, but there's a lot of 750s in the programme.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, obviously, the big thousands we got no chance against, and we've got 16-inch wheels, which are now, which is better in this weather.
Well, the 750, do you not think that might be better in this weather? Because the thousands, do you not think there'd be a lot of power on that back wheel?
Yeah, but they've got to shut off more for the corner, to get the grip. They've got to feed it in easier, whereas we've obviously easier to get grip. But with the narrower tyres, it breaks through the water better. So that's hopefully, we hope if it goes ahead.
So essentially, it's levelled it out a bit this weather.
Yeah. I mean, we was at where was the other week? We was it was down at Lyddon, and it was raining, and we were only lapping a second a lap slower than Danny Quirk on his big Vincent.
Wow!
Because he just couldn't get any drive.
No.
But hopefully today it'll be better than yesterday, because last night it was so slippery. Because I mean, I live on the island, and it's the first rain we've had for 12 weeks. So you imagine how greasy the track was,
Exactly. That's borderline drought time, that really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, these grass fields were all just straw coloured a couple of weeks ago, and so I mean the island needed it, but unfortunately it came for the wrong time for us. It couldn't hang on for another day. But Tom's doing well. He's a bit cold today, don't you, mate?
Yeah, it's really cold. Well, certainly, Tom. You've since the last time we've seen you, you've had quite a year, haven't you?
You could say that.
But is it good to be back in the classic outfit?
Yeah, I like it. It's different to F2 racing. I'd say you slide more, but it's just a different beast. Your face hidden behind a bubble. It's different to curling up behind a fairing. Completely different aspect of. Everyone thinks passengers will get right, get left, and then you go around the corner. These things, if you get them wrong, you get them very wrong.
Like going around Ballabeg Hairpin, he has to be over the back as we're braking, but then he has to get to the front to get weight on the front wheel, because I've only got a little tiny narrow front wheel, so he's giving me the grip. If he doesn't do that, the front end just washes away, so he's balancing that as we go around the corners. So
for you, is that a lot different than to passenger in F2?
The skills are probably transferable, so feeling the bike slide, giving front end to turn more, back wheel sliding, jump on the back, but the motion is very different. So on an F2, when you're right, and you're just either climbing up your driver's back or going backwards onto the back wheel. Here, I don't go past Alan, ever. I'm either behind him here, or I tuck in underneath him to give front end back in. I never go sort of over the back like you would on an F2.
Oh, fantastic. And obviously, of course, the biggest difference in my to watch, never mind to passenger, I'm no passenger front exit, is the front exit or the back exit.
Yeah, falling out the front of it. You don't think about it once you've done it once or twice. The first time it's a bit intimidating, especially when they're hard on the brakes and you're like, okay, there's nothing stopping me here, I could just slide out the front. But no, once you hold on and
Well, 2
get
years
to
ago,
grips with it.
I bought the bike. First time I rode it was going out here for practice, and the first time Tom had done front exit was coming out here for practice. But he's got a very good feel for the oversteer and the understeer. I mean, last night passengers were getting out for church bends. Tom was just laid down because it wasn't. It was sliding. So that if it's sliding, it's not going to lift the wheel on the left. Because as you appreciate on that, you see, to go around the left-hander, you slide the back end, which drops the sidecar. Well, obviously, in those conditions, it's sliding without me touching the throttle, so there's no point in him getting up. Yeah.
And so that's all about feel then, is it? Just gauging the conditions, understanding the bike?
Yeah, so it helps knowing what the rider wants. So I've ridden with Alan for, 4 years now? Yeah. So I know how he likes to ride his bike, which helps. But
it's very smooth and sophisticated. Very smooth.
But yeah, it's just a case of, well, if you can feel the back wheels letting go coming around the corner, you know that the chair wheel's not going to come up. You're fine. So the priority is to get grip to drive out of the corner rather than get round it because you're already halfway round.
It's good fun.
So can I just talk to you just a little bit about what you've been doing back in England, Scotland as well? You've got a tremendous ride, really, haven't you?
Yeah, it's an honour, to be honest, to be riding with Tony Baker. I'm sure people online know who he is, know his name. He's 78, 79, and he's still very, very fast. Absolute privilege to be riding with him. A compliment from him makes my head not fit in the van on the way home.
The frightening thing is, when I first started riding as a passenger back in the early 80s, I was a passenger and a guy racing against Tony Baker, and this thing is still going.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? Like Tony Baker, obviously, he helped Lee Crawford at the team, but he's had #1 plate at the TT back in the 80s and everything like that, and he's still. You plan to do a 700, aren't you, together?
Yeah, we're doing 700 this year. He did it last year with Dave Ryder. We were talking about coming to the TT, but logistically and organisationally, we decided that probably wasn't going to happen. But yeah, he's still up for the roads and he's still faster. I think last year they came here, he was like 1 second off his fastest ever lap round here. Take your hat off to the man.
Tony used to do the Grand Prix on the long outfits, the Formula Ones. Well, they used to have tubular ones he made for himself. So he had like ordinary forks, a long tubular chassis, and he was doing Grand Prix on that. He must have been the only guy physically building his own bike and racing it.
He's some man, isn't he? And like you say, you're a great team together, you and Tony. You're getting on. I mean, I think you had a couple of what's the best way to say it? Unsatisfactory results. But that's mechanical, really, isn't it?
A lot of it, the last month or so has been let down one thing and another. We've had bike problems. Tony's got a Pro Shift system fitted, so he doesn't change gear with his foot, he changes gear on the buttons. That's not working anymore, so that's always fun. And to top it all off, we got a nice puncher at Snetterton the other week, so it's not been our month, but yeah, East Fortune last week or whenever it was, by the end of Sunday we had a race, so we're like, yeah, we're on the up.
Well, let's hope that up keeps going for this weekend then, because I think you should be on for a good race, like you say.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, the final result doesn't matter. It's did you enjoy the race? My old passion used to say, is the bike in one piece, are we in one piece, did you enjoy it? And that's what we come for, don't you? Come to enjoy it. And I mean, like in that practice session, Adam on his sit up and beg bike, us and another outfit were having a play. It doesn't matter. It's what you enjoy, isn't it? And we know we're not going to beat the guys on the big thousands. So we just look at the other people and say, right, which ones are we going to be dicing with, and see how it goes. The only problem tonight is going to be is the straight. Yeah. I mean, last night Kenny Howes overtook me on his 750 on the straight, and I had to literally go to the curb to see where the road was. So if it's like that tonight, it's going to be horrendous the first lap.
Well, hopefully the visibility might be a little bit better because it is an hour earlier than what it was yesterday. So maybe there's maybe a little bit more light about. But as you say, the spray. You can hear the rain in this tent. The spray will be a problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Last night the problem was, on our last lap it was getting dark, and as we went into cross four ways, the car up the road turned his ignition on with his headlights on, and we couldn't see a thing because it was because obviously all the reflection on the water on our visors. So but at least we're an hour earlier tonight. Hopefully.
That's another problem that you never think of in circuit racing. These are public roads that were open 3 hours ago, so you can go down to the shop. But
the good thing is, because it is a public road, you've got a camber on the road, so you don't normally get much standing water. So the water tends to run off the road, whereas on most racetracks they're flat, so the water sits on the track. So that's the plus side of it. And we've got treaded tyres anyway, so it don't matter, does it? Yeah.
Anyhow, I'll leave you to it, because we've only got just shy of an hour now until you're meant to be out. So have a really good night and all the best.
Excellent.
We get a free wheel. Go on, there we go. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Alan Garden there and Tom Dog. I do apologise, I've gone quicker than you there. Yeah. Are you all right?
Grab that.
Marvellous. I think we're going to need that for now.
So we got Greg Lambert over there. We're going to see if we can.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to shelter. He's stood there with Kieran Clark.
Yeah. They've qualified third out of Greg Lambert, Andrew Haynes.
Yes.
They're on a new bike this year. Well, it's not a new bike. It's a new bike for them. It's still an imp engine, so it's still what they're used to. There we go.
Yeah, in disguise.
I'll let you take this one, Hayley.
Mr. Greg Lambert.
I ended up.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
He's just had a good chat with us. Let me just get rid of this, if that's okay. Can I give that to you, Jack?
Of course you can.
Let's pop in here and get out of the wet, shall we? Not a bad start then for you. So you're starting third. How are you happy with that? How did you feel that the qualifying went?
Yeah, first qualifying yesterday was good. That was in the wet, and that was pole position and 7.8 seconds in lead, so that was all right. I was chuffed with that. Never ridden that bike before, and then I've come on to my Old Faithful today just to try her out again, because I've never had any luck with it. It's got round all right and third quickest, so yeah, see how tonight goes. Looking forward to it. But the weather's a bit it's not good out there at all, but yeah, just a steady run.
It's not improving, is it? It feels like it's getting heavier, but at the moment you're still going out. So challenges this evening are going to be slightly different to yesterday, but still going to be battling with those that wet road, aren't you?
That's it, yeah. It's just a matter of keeping it going, staying safe. Obviously I've got TT this week coming up, so it's like, I mean, this meeting means an awful lot to me, from my father days and things. So it'd be nice to be in the first three. It would be lovely if I could, but if not, just to finish the race and yeah, just bring it home safe tonight. That's the key.
Good. And I know we always like to touch on this, but your school and some of your students that have graduated from your school going racing, and we've just been chatting, actually. I was chatting over there in Eddie Wright's tent in Awning, talking about the future of sidecar racing and how your school is obviously helping that and getting people prepared to introduce them to the sport. So it's great to see some of them actually getting going with their own outfits.
Yeah, there's quite a few now. They're actually joining me for the season, with my bikes and things, and they're slowly coming up, and we've got girl teams in as well, and they're slowly progressing. I mean, they're not fast, but they're really nice, they're really good, and they want to do the sport, and it's just like they've just got to be given a little bit of time to get quicker and everything else. And I've got James with me, that was my first driver, and he's like doing well. He's leading pre-injection championship, I'm second, so he's giving me a right battle in that. We're leading Bemsey championship, he's fourth in that, on his pre-injection bike, so he's coming on good. With the bigger plan of coming to the TT next year. He's going to Southern 100 this year. So yeah, these people that are coming from the school are actually progressing to get the grids fuller. There's 17 people now that are actually competing from the last 12 months just from my school. So I'm dead proud of that and dead chuffed with that, and I'll be a very proud man when the lad does the TT for his first time ever, and he'll be in with me, take him under my wing, just like the girls. They're all coming with me. And everybody's really enjoying it, and it's a good atmosphere as well. We're there to help everybody in the team, to show them the ropes and mechanically, and I mechanically do all the bikes and maintain them and things. And we've got a great bunch, and it's just nice to have that return from the nice people for all the hard work, because it does take an awful lot to run it. Never mind my own bike; it's taken over, But yeah, it's a lot of commitment, and it's just a lot of finances as well to do it, the insurance and things, and that's the hardest part. And it's just starting to get to the point where it might not be viable for me to do it because of the insurance cost. So yeah, but people are really kind and they're donating things and everything else. So if we can get a few little sponsors together and to try and help with that cost, then I'll keep it going for as much as I can, you know, for as long as I can, because it is helping the sport. Sorry, people are coming through and they are wanting to do it before they make a major commitment to either buying a bike or, you know, hiring bikes or things, or actually getting into the racing, spending a lot of money first. So they're having a nice little taster, and it's great days. We have all walks of people that come, you know, past racers, you know, racers that want to be racers, or people that want to do it just for a one-off day, you know, an experience day, because they've always seen sidecars and never been had the chance to be able to do it. And it's just been fabulous days. It's really good. I mean, I'm sort of doing 125 laps a day, and it's just like I'm absolutely done here at the end of the day. And you know, straight liners have invited us, and we've got another circuit now down in York at Elvington, which is absolutely fantastic, of Trevor Duckworth at the straight liners, and that's been really good. And we had 105 taxi rides, and I spent 7 hours solid on the bike doing taxi rides on the Saturday, never mind the Sunday. And it was like, that took some doing, that took it out of me, that. But do you know what? We had ages of 6 years old up to 87, 88. Great. And everyone went away with a big smile. And, you know, quite a few have come from that saying, now I want to have a go at the school. And I've had a chance to jump on and have an actual little taster of it. And now they're coming up quite regularly to school before they want to actually get into racing. So I think that's a key point. And because you can go and get a licence straight off the bat, really, without going to a circuit. The passengers can, and there's been so many that have come from Brands Hatch right at the start of the year. There's been several girls that have been coming up regular to the school because it was far too much for them without any training, any practice at all. You know, they've gone straight out into a race meeting and just scared them silly, really. Far too fast, far too soon, without any tuition or practice. And that's the reason I'm doing it, and it really, really is working. So hopefully, may it continue.
It's bike fit, isn't it? You know, if people are training for a marathon, for example, you've got to take your baby steps. You've got to reverse engineer it in a way, haven't you, to get yourself to that fitness? And it's exactly the same with this. You can't expect to jump on a sidecar and just go into your first meeting, do you? So this is a perfect environment. You're coaching them through it. Yeah. And long may that continue. So if you do have any donations, you can get in touch with Greg Lambert on Facebook. You can donate boots, leathers, $1.
That's the key to keep it. That's the key to keep it going. It really is. I mean, a lot of people have given me their race gear and boots, and so many people have used the other people's ex-racers' equipment. You know, had a little bit of my own for over the years I've been doing it, but all these things that people have donated, it gets used all the time. So I'm grateful and thankful for everybody that's donated anything towards it. You know, it's been really good. But yeah, like you say, it's the dollar one. What keeps it running? You know, it's like tyres and brakes and fuel and insurance is the biggest thing, because that is a lot of money, and it's just like it's getting harder and harder for me to do it. You know, so yeah, hopefully keep it going and long may it continue.
Well, I tell you what, you must be bike fit after all those laps anyway.
I've done hundreds and hundreds of laps, and it's just like, I think worn out's more the thing, really, because yeah, but it's good. I enjoy it when they all go home and they're all enjoying it on the day. It gives me a nice buzz. Do you know what I mean? I've done it a lot of years now, and it's nice to give something back as well. You know, a lot of people have helped me on the way. You know, for all my years racing, you know, and take me around the world, sort of thing. And you know, it's nice to put something back and keep it going. I mean, I'm still competing. I'm still at the TT and whatnot, but obviously I'm getting slower and slower. You get older and older, and hopefully you get a little bit quicker and stay with the young guns now. But you know, times are moving on and things, but I'm still there, still competitive, and still enjoy my racing. So,
third, you and Andy are third. We've got to bring Andy Haynes into it as well. You're back with him too, the super duo.
Yeah, he'd be tucked up in his bed there. You know, he'll have his feet up as he does and just chilled out. But no, he's doing a good job, and we get on really well together. You know, and it's been a good partnership. You know, which is what it's about. You know, you've got to get on with everybody that you ride with, and you know, it makes it all worthwhile and a lot better, you know. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get a result tonight. I'll be chuffed if we can get a result tonight. It just, yeah, we've put some real hard work in this last week while we've been here in the paddock, just to get these bikes ready for this meeting, you know, along with the TT bike. So it's been non-stop, But that's what we do, and that's hopefully going to pay off.
It will. Well, listen, wish you all the best, and try and enjoy it. And we look forward to seeing how you do. All right. So thank you so much, Greg. You joined me doing a three-wheeler. Thank you. All right. Should we go to Scrutineering?
Yeah, let's go out for Scrutineering. Always great to catch up with Greg Lambert, isn't it? And,
absolutely.
Of course, have you seen
Danny Quirk's in there?
Right. Seen the Ken Lambert Trophy this year, which is did it mention it?
No, we didn't.
It's so the Ken Lambert Trophy is it's named in honour of Greg's dad, who competed here many times, and it's the best age-related performance of the whole meeting, and for the Ken Lambert Trophy, which is fantastic, and what an honour that is to be in there. So yeah, there we go. We're going to do a very busy screening. Everybody's going in to huddle away from the huddle away from the weather.
Danny Quirk was in here. I thought we were going to be able to pin him down and pull him aside. Where did he just wander off to?
There we go. But yeah, Danny Quirk, I think he...
Should we get Kenny Howes? He's right there, isn't he?
Kenny Cole.
He always says no one wants to listen to my Cornish tones.
Don't go away. Stay where you are.
Right, well, he always tries to avoid it, but when he gets chatting, he's great.
Yeah, Kenny Cole. He's now scrutineering for the pre-TT and the TT, actually. So he's taking up his new career. He's packed in.
He's been a busy man.
Yeah, packed in Tiger passenger, and he's coming. So he's come join the other side.
He's been, he's been working hard.
Yeah.
But it's great to have someone with his knowledge, and he's just. Everybody loves him, don't they? So it's great support, but also his knowledge is priceless and experience is priceless. I think, we've got a few that the TT lot visiting here, if we see. Yeah, let's do it. Bob, can we have a quick chat?
Hello, yes, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
So it's Mr. Bob Dawson, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. It's a little bit wet, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was sort of feeling a little bit like I wish I was doing it, but I'm all right now.
So listen, welcome. You're just here on a little bit of a jolly.
Yeah, we've come to see Danny and see how he's getting on. So
we were just trying to pin him down for an interview, but every time we go to try and grab him, he just disappears.
Scarlet Pimpernel when the microphone appears.
But listen, you're all set up and ready to go for the TT. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, good. Yeah, all right. It's all quite calm up there at the moment because everyone's just looking at the weather app going, it sort of looks like Wednesday before it's clearing up, but you never know around here, do you? It could all be all blown out of the waters on Sunday and we'll be good to go on Monday. You never know.
The scatty Isle of Man weather.
No, fantastic. So you obviously you haven't touched the Classic then for a couple of years now. Is it just good to be back and just see it all? And
yeah, just decided to take a bit of a back seat on that one and concentrate on the F2 and put all our eggs in one basket. So
fantastic. And you're taking off the number 14 this year at the TT, which is a tremendous number.
Yeah.
For your second year.
Yeah. We've moved up a bit. I mean, obviously there's a few names gone in front of us and a few new ones arrived. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if we don't get loads of laps in, over the next week. I don't know how many we have to. Is it 3? I think we have to do.
3 have to qualify.
So let's hope we at least get 3 in. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
So it'll be a bit different to the weather from last year, isn't it? With the glorious sunshine we had most of the week.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the schedule last year, it was a bit kind of. There was a few days where things were delayed, but we did actually get going every day. So yeah, this year could be a bit different to that if you believe the forecast. But
so just going away from the road and stuff. Then how are you getting on with the short circuit? You've had some quite good results this year.
Yeah, not bad. I think we've been quite consistent. So we've managed to kind of end up lying about 3rd in the British, which is a lot better than what we did last year. So if we just keep finishing and getting a half decent finishing place, then seem to be able to keep going. But there's some quick lads around us. But yeah, I think we're on any given day.
You're a quick lad too, Bob. Though. You're a quick lad too.
Getting there.
And of course, you paired up with Matty Sims again. He's over there.
Where is he?
Talking
Is
somewhere.
he here?
Somewhere, get him.
Come on! Look at him hiding under his hood.
How are you doing? Get in here.
Get in here.
So we're just talking, second year at the TT together. Is it third year in total riding together now? Is it fourth year?
Fourth year, yeah.
Yes.
We did quite a bit on the classic. Sort of 22, wasn't it? I think we first rode together. Yeah, 2022. So far too many years of putting up with each other.
It's a long time. Another year.
So how are you feeling for TT? Your perspective then?
Yeah, quite good to be fair. I enjoyed last year, and I thought sort of this year should be quite a good year for us. Again, we're starting from a decent place. Last year we improved a lot, so I'm sort of hoping it's a bit more of the same thing, really.
Oh, fantastic. And I just want to talk, you've got a tremendous training ID. You also, it's boxing that you do as well?
Mixed martial arts. Yeah, it works well. It's sort of the closest thing you can get to race fit, I think, because it's a lot of quick blitzes of doing a lot of movement and then trying to sort of stay relaxed. So yeah, it works really well.
Fantastic. But you fight competitively?
Yes. Yeah.
And how are you getting on there then?
Yeah, it's going well. In a lot of training, I think my biggest problem now is like the sort of mental side rather than the physical side, but that should be starting up again after the TT, so I'm quite looking forward to that as well.
He's on a ban.
Yeah.
I think, but like you say, like the training, but a bit also not only what you say about the physical training, but the mental training must be quite, similar and good for the sidecar as well.
Yeah, well, when you're used to being kicked in the body and battered around, the sort of Ginger Ultra Ramsey section doesn't really seem as bad anymore.
I like that.
Yeah, that helps quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
And Bob, you don't want to be upsetting him now, do you?
Well, he's on a fighting ban anyway, so he doesn't hurt himself.
Yeah, I've had to behave since February and really keep myself in check and make sure that I've got all four limbs working 100% before I come here.
Well, that's what you want coming here, don't you? Especially if it's going to be look like a bit. We just talked before about the weather. Looks like it might be a bit of a rush to qualify there towards the end of the week, but.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a normal one where Bob usually tells me when we go to somewhere, oh yeah, I'll give you a couple of laps, and it ends up being like 2 corners. So I think it's going to be quite quick out the gates again this year.
Well, it proved it very well last year. Whatever technique you've both been using, so just stick at it.
Yeah, more of the same from last year, and I'll be happy again.
Marvellous. So, can I just say, talking as previous classic riders, have you seen the qualifying from today? Have you seen the poll? How many newcomers we got up at the front already?
Yeah, I've liked seeing a lot more Europeans coming over again. It's nice to see them come back. And I think because qualifying's been sort of damp and no one's really had a lot of time around last night to get some good times in, I think experience has really started to come through, rather than young and sort of up for it.
Greg and Kenny were up there, weren't they, when it was wet in practice, and then obviously when it was drier, the younger ones end up at the front again. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some old hands, I think, showing them the way. But you never know.
It'll be very interesting, like you say, the experience with the wet and then the newcomers, I was saying before, excuse the pun, but it's taking like duck to water around here, weren't they?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Sorry.
8:05 for an optimistic start.
That's just over half an hour. Just under half an hour.
Well, it's no worse than it was last night.
No recommendations on the number of laps, whether we go with the same number of laps or reduce. Everybody happy to stay with the same number of laps?
Yes.
Right, Jackson, we just update the viewers if you didn't quite hear that. They're going to go out at 8:05, so in just under half an hour. So they're moving it forward slightly. So we're going out a bit earlier, which is great news.
Yes, and they just said there's going to be the same laps again, so it's 4 laps still tonight, which is tremendous. That's it's just enough, really, isn't it? Really, what do you think about the number of laps, Bob?
I mean, if they're setting them going, they might as well do the same, aren't they? Yeah. So they either run it or they don't.
Well, should we let these get back to their social groups? Socialise and get back under your hood and hide away. No, thanks very much. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Oh, we didn't do our 3-wheeling, did we? No. Hello. Thank you.
We'll get you.
Yeah. All right, so...
so 8:05, 4 laps, so it's only 10 minutes ahead of schedule, and touchwood there is nothing to... Which must be good, because obviously that means that there's no delays in the solos. And
absolutely, and to be honest, it was getting quite dark quite early last night, and the light is okay. It's just obviously the wet. It's a lot wetter than it was last night.
Well, the lighting with the wet. Should we come outside and just get the noise up? The lighting in wet weather is very complicated, really, because obviously if it's sunny, that you can see better, but then it reflects off the water, which obviously tries to blind you. Where then if it's cloudy like this, you can run the risk of being too dark and the visibility being very, very poor again. Especially, like you say, it was dark by 9 o'clock last night. It's going by 8:05. But I think we should be okay if we're on for some good.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? We can kind of just wander out this way, and you can just see. Actually, Lena, we can get you this way. I'll get the umbrella to protect. We'll get you around for the bikes. So the bikes are out and they're here and they're ready to go.
Okay, so a lot of the bike going through scrutiny here and there. That's number 66 there, Albert Croplough and Eliza Pills. I do apologise for pronunciation there. But they had some problems in qualifying. I think they did a few laps yesterday in the wet session, but in the dry session today they just managed to complete one lap. And it came past me, I was watching the start line, and I had quite a lot of problems going on. So I think they've got it sorted. They managed to qualify at the back, and they're obviously out for the race again. Over there you got the beautifully turned out
have a wander around.
BMW outfit of Tony Ferkel and William Morley. Of course, as I say, they were on the podium twice here last year. It's weather like this where Tony's experience will really come through. They were talking to me yesterday about the power curve and the wet and how it's a 1070 BMW there, and as you can see the back wheel. This is what we were talking about with Alan Warner before, about how the different powered. How the big engines have got a lot of power going for that back wheel, which makes it a bit unpredictable, a bit more slidey in the wet, as we were saying before. So it could be interesting, but as I say, Tony's exceptional experience and exceptionally fast round here. We've got some beautiful outfits there of the undercover.
So got Marvin and Troy there.
Yeah. I think they've got the visors on and the visors down. I think they're maybe in the zone ready for the race there. It'd be good to catch them, but maybe just catch them after the race, potentially. Oof, you're taking off again. We are. Maybe we need to get behind cover. I think you maybe do.
To protect the camera as well. Bear with us, everyone. Oh my goodness, you can see everybody sheltering in there.
Yeah. So Tony Fergal then, so you've qualified 5th for today's race.
Yeah.
How are you feeling for the wet?
Not happy.
No?
Not happy at all. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think they'll run it.
No?
They're talking about now they might not run it, but it is. I mean, it was bad enough on Friday night with standing water, and it's a lot worse than that now, and it was just like you couldn't keep the thing in a straight line going down straights.
I see.
So we'll wait and see.
We were just saying before, you got a big engine in there going down.
1070.
Yeah, 1070, and it's only a low back wheel, of course. That's slightly treaded. Did that make it hard to handle in the wet?
Well, Dave, who's with us, he was watching us at Castletown Corner on Friday night, and that bike was still spinning in 3rd gear.
Wow.
Coming out of there.
Wow. You just can't keep it down.
Just like no traction at all. So I just went. Just shut it down, but no, it's not a lot of fun in this.
No,
I like the practice this afternoon was absolutely brilliant because it was bone dry.
Yeah, was it dry everywhere? No damp patches?
No problem at all.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
And you feel it went all right? No problem with the bike today?
No problem. Apart from found a split in my chain, a crack in my chain. Really? I've had to put a new chain on.
Oh, really? Wow.
So anyway,
but look, it didn't cause any other problems than just having to replace that.
No.
I was just saying before, of course, there's some newcomers qualified up at the front here, but you've also got a lot of experience around this circuit. Do you think that'll play into your hands?
I don't know, because they're young and stupid, I think. But anyway, I mean, Martin's good, Seb's good, and we raced against them abroad in Shimmy and Jardine and places like that, and they're all good riders. It's just because the newcomers here, really, and you know, when you get to be as old as me, you just a bit of life preservation kicks in. It's yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. You know, I mean, I've said to William, if he don't think it's safe to hit me up the middle of my back and we'll pull off.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not worth doing anything stupid.
Well, that's the great thing about having a team that's like you and William. You've been racing together for quite a long time now, and the communication's tremendous between you both.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't think it's safe, I'll put my hand up, and if he don't think it, he'll just hit me up the middle of my back and we'll pull off.
Yeah, and I think that must help with a sidecar team being that close and that.
Yeah.
You know, communication, like I say.
Yeah.
And so, is William about?
He was about. I don't know where he is now.
Oh well, there we go.
He could be anywhere.
Anyway,
I don't know where he is. He's about somewhere.
All the best for tonight's race, anyhow.
All right,
but keep saving in there and go on.
I just spotted Troy, and if you want to grab that for me, Troy and
of course.
Marvin, I'll see if I can pull them out. Won't be a moment.
No bother. Hello. No, this is exceptionally wet, to be fair. It's, but the beauty of the Pretty Tea is that we can run in the wet.
Hello, we've got the pole sitters right here.
Here we go.
Come on out. So we've got Troy and we've got Marvin. Guys, pole. It's absolutely incredible. What a great start to your weekend.
Yeah, it went very good. Just went out for qualifying and it happened.
And Troy, as a newcomer, it's a pretty special start for you.
Yeah, it went very good. I enjoyed the track. It's bumpy, but I love it. I love it.
And how are you feeling about going out now? Because it's a lot wetter than last night.
It is. We will see what happens. We do our best, and we can't do more than that.
And you've been enjoying the bike, Marvin?
Yeah, it's running good. We will be playing in the rain now. So we will see.
Okay. You got great support here. You got a really great party with you. So it's going to be a great trip for all of you, and it's nice to have that support with you, right?
Yeah, of course. It's always nice to have some people behind you, and then supporting and everything. Yeah.
Well, we're certainly excited about what you've done so far. So we can't wait to see what you do in the race. Enjoy, and all the best if you join us in doing a three-wheeling. Cheers, guys. Thank you. We'll let you get back in the dry.
It's super to see young newcomers, and also, like you say, a lot of people from across the world, really, across Europe come back here. It's superb to see, obviously, all the change that's happening.
It really is a great turnout, isn't it, to have the 13 outfits heading out there. Let's hope that they do go out, because I want to see some racing. I don't know about you. I know I'm a little bit wet, but I really don't care, to be honest.
It's been a year since I've seen
I know. To just see these start. We just want them to get warming up, get out there and have a safe race. And they're all... Look, if we just get you to turn the camera around, you can see them all waiting with their helmets on, all ready to go. As soon as they say, all right.
Look at that. It's like having some famous faces in there, isn't it?
I know.
Famous legend, past and present. Hang on.
Just said it rather than...
No. Come on. We're going to go straight to the
So we were supposed to have the great Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale, that duo, back together racing here this weekend as well. But they had some bike issues. The bike wasn't quite ready, so they didn't quite make it here, sadly, this weekend. It would have been great to see that duo back together. I mean, Molly, of course, is supposed to be out of retirement, but But he's now a rider team liaison for the sidecars and the TT now, which is pretty spectacular.
So look what pair of brothers I've found wandering around this cold and damp paddock today. It's Sam Christie and Adam Christie as well. So how are we doing, lads? You all right?
A bit cold and damp, but all right, yeah.
Good stuff. So we get on to we're getting to the TT in a minute, but obviously you've had quite a good start to the season in the World Championship. You finished third last year, and you're lying third again this year, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all looking good again. Need to try and find a bit more pace to try and stick with the front two, but yeah, happy with 4 podiums from 4 races, so yeah, all good.
Superb. And of course, Adam, you're riding with Pekka Pavrinta this year, and you've had some good results as well.
Yeah, I've had a real good start to the year. 2 podiums and good race last weekend at Donington as well, so yeah, really happy. Yeah.
Tell about that race last weekend though, because that was it was a bit of a surprise to see to Pekka name the programme.
Yeah, we spoke about doing a meeting in England, so we had Sam's bike from last year, so we got it arranged, so Pekka flew over and went out on Friday and everything felt good, so yeah, pushed on a bit, and yeah, we managed to win on Sunday, so yeah, had a great race.
At the first round of the British Championship that Donington Park last weekend, there was some great ends on the podium, but like you say, Pekka hasn't raced in England for many years, and then mine at Donington Park as well.
Yeah, I think he was last 2021, so a few years ago. Yeah, he doesn't forget stuff like that, so yeah, he's a great racer. It's great to ride with him. So.
Fantastic. So of course now here we are on the island of dreams, as I say, the Isle of Man, and you've Christie Engineering Services. Not only are you great service in the paddock, but you've also got 4 of your chassis here racing at the TT, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just steadily built up. There was 1 the first year, and then 3 the next year, and then there's 4 this year. So it's nice to see a few more bikes on the grid. And yeah, we've come over to support them with any parts, advice, anything to keep them going.
It must be tremendous to have you got your bikes in the top 10. You got 2-time world champion Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement riding that must be great. For want of a better word, advert, if anything, like, do you know what I mean? But they'll definitely be pushing for podiums this year.
Yeah, it's been great working with Todd. We've known him for a lot of years. So it's great when we built a bike for him last year. So yeah, hoping for some good results. I'm sure he'll fly the flag for us here.
Fantastic. And do you think we've always seen Tom at the TT, but do you think we'll see some more Christian names at the TT or future?
No comment.
Superb. Well, all the best. We'll probably catch up with you again sometime over the next few days and few fortnight. But all the best for the World Championship you've been doing. Cheers. Can you get a World Championship?
Very modest Christie.
Very modest Christies, yes. They are men of little words, but they are probably one of the most talented families in cycle racing at the moment.
Absolutely,
really,
they are.
Especially in the World Championship scene. Like I say, they finished third. Sam and Tom Christie. The other brother, they finished third last year at the World Championship, and they're lying third again. We're going to take off. Wow, if you see the Nonken, I do apologise.
End up at TT Grandstand, ready for Monday.
But yeah, no, the Christie on their bikes, they're almost a perfect set of brothers. You've got Sam, he's a tremendous welder. Adam does all the electronics, and Tom is the engine man. So they've got it's a perfect formula to make race winning and TT podium bikes. So they'll be very interested to see how their bikes fare this year at TT.
That is the sound you want to hear right now.
Oh, it's bliss,
it? Can you hear
fantastic.
Get
that means
there.
that we are going racing in
right.
10 minutes.
Superb. So we can start. We'll start taking you on a tour now. Then, as the bikes start to warm up and get ready to go out, we'll let you enjoy the sounds of these fine pieces of three-wheeling machinery, and the great Jack Laidlow will give you a little down low of all these great outfits. And over.
There we go. So behind us there, we're just trying to warm up there. We've got Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves. They, of course, are the only, by the looks of it, the only former champions that are going out this afternoon, because I believe Eddie Wright have chosen to stay in. Oh, what a noise! very, very loud there. As you can see, we've got the machine engines on the back wheel. They'll be hoping for a good result. As I say, they've qualified 4th, which they'll be happy enough with. I know they'll know themselves that they can get a podium here this afternoon. There we've got the number 30 of Kenny Howells and Rob Coppert. Rob Coppert is a newcomer passenger to this course. Kenny Howells, he has done it many times. He's from a TT competitor and everything. He's superb. That's the number 30 Kenny Howells bike was the only 2-stroke here. That is number 21. Now these are exceptional. That is Sepp Noel and Corby de Hoop. They are a newcomer team and they have qualified 2nd. There we have 51 of Corvus Bowman and Nikolai Klinker. They've qualified 6th. Once again, another name we haven't seen for a few years, and it's another European name on the grid as well. Now, they're on the 900 Westlake MLS equipped there. The variety of engines here is absolutely exceptional. Now there we have probably one of the most exciting outfits here. That is number 56 of Marvin Vermeulen and Troy Klinker, which is part of them just before. That's the 750 Triumph there, and they have qualified on pole. As we said before, Troy Klinker is a newcomer passenger to this. He's a newcomer to the circuit. Marvin we've seen before, but it would be very, very entertaining to see how they're going to do against the more experienced pairings. But look at that engine warming up there. That 3-cylinder Triumph. The shaft to chain conversion. I know you can't smell it there, but the smell of that of all the combustion coming out the back of there, just what you need on a Saturday night. Now over there we have, there we go, you see Danny Quirk moving down to the holding bay. The gate has been released, so I think we can move down. Now here we have Greg Lambert and Andrew Haynes. These are the only teams that are competing both here and at the TT as well in the front. So we've seen their face quite a long time. They're on the Human Imp outfit. It's a new bike for them this season. He said he's very, very happy with it. As I said, the output that they've got on here is exceptional. They've qualified 3rd, and we called to Greg before. It means a lot to him this meeting. He's a very big fan of the Motor Isle Billown circuit. Warming up. It's superb. Now down there, once again, we can see the outfit there of the 24 outfit of Tony Ferguson and William Morley. Hello, that's me.
I tell you what, Danny Quirks Vincent, that looks absolutely. It sounds. I think that might be my favourite sound here actually this weekend. It looks absolutely stunning. It looks a beast to be quite.
That's exactly how I would describe it there. He knows how to turn out a really nice bike, doesn't he, Danny? I think my personal favourite sound is that kettle over there, Kenny Howells, and that 2-stroke. There's no better smell, no better sound than a 2-stroke in my opinion. Now we've got just over 5 minutes before the gates release, so we can go down and get racing here.
Well, at least the rain is almost gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just miserable now, but that's still going to mean the conditions out on the track. It's going to be very, very wet. It's not warmed up one little bit like these irons. I'm almost shaking, to be honest. So who else have we got over there? I see number 29, the Adam Pope and John Christopher. That's a conventional almost looking outfit, almost look like a solo and a Sidecar on the side. They went pretty well. They qualified 10th, I believe, which they'd be very happy with. Again, the outfit there, number 67. Where's he at? There we go. Who's your money on then, Hayley?
I'm going to go for Greg and Andy, definitely on the podium, you know. but I really think that Marvin and Troy are really hungry for it, and I think.
Well, I think we can't rule out. I do apologise. I don't think we can rule out Sepp Knoll because they've seen a carrot now. The novices, they've seen that carrot of being on the front row of the grid. Yes, it's wet, and yes, people with more experience, such as Greg and such as Tony and Danny, probably got more chance of doing it. But I do think that, like you say, the new kid on the block,
new blood,
yeah,
the new blood, if you will.
Yeah.
But you've got, Greg and Andy have got so much experience around this course, haven't they? So.
And they've qualified third. They've got tremendous, like you say, experience, and they've got the pace this year as well. He really does like this new bike that he's got. But in all honesty, Kenny Howells, he was second quickest yesterday in the wet qualifying. Them two strokes, he quite like the wet because obviously they haven't got the big whack of power that you do have on the throttle of these big 1000 and 750 engines. You thought I need to nurse them a little bit more. So I think he's going to have a very interesting race on our hands, really. Very interesting indeed. There, that blue outfit at the front, they had some problems in qualifying and they didn't put a time in for the second qualifying, unfortunately, but luckily they managed to get out on that Norton engine, and I think they're going to have a good time. Once again, that's the other complete newcomer team here this weekend. 6 newcomers, drivers and passengers. That's a fantastic turnout, isn't it, Haley?
Well, it's like Greg was talking earlier about how much turnover of to make up teams. They've had 17 students from his school are now racing in the last 12 months, which I think is absolutely superb to hear, isn't it? To hear that's such a healthy turnover,
yeah.
And to think that he's coaching them through all the way through the process. I mean, it's exciting, really, isn't it? Because there's been worries in the paddock, worries about the future of sidecars, but that is a healthy turnover in the last 12 months from just Greg's school.
Just Greg's school, but I have to say, in the World Championship and the British Championship, it's a very young paddock, I have to say. You've got, like I say, it's a bit like here, really. You've got the old experience, but there's a lot of under 30, under 25-year-olds racing sidecars, driving and passengers, and it's really exciting and really good to see.
You all have just got to make sure you're getting behind them.
Yeah.
Because it's about the support online, the support around the world, and we know you're all three-wheelers around the world. You've got to keep getting behind these guys because their commitment is just another level, and you love it, we love it, and we want to keep growing it and keep supporting it. So get behind them as much as you can. There's so many of these, you can put a little bit of sponsorship their way on their racing pages, and that's how they keep going. That's how they can come back racing, and they're putting their lives on the line for our entertainment, and they are beasts that are fully committed to these machines, and I fully appreciate it, and let's fully get behind them.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. You can't rule out Danny Quirk as well, though, because he is last year's champion with Shawanon. The champion, the newcomer last year, Shawanon now knows the circuit very well.
And they just work so well together, didn't they? And you got Gary there, Sharon's husband, of course.
Yeah, supporting her all the way. What's that? 3-minute warning. Oh, 3-lap race. Right, so it's been reduced by 1 lap. I don't know how much, how different that would make make them feel, Randy. Obviously, it's still a suitably long race, really, 3 laps round here. But I mean that they have to go off the first corner, be a bit more committed from the first gear change.
Right, we're going to move you up to the gate so we can get them as they're coming through the gate right here. You can enjoy the sounds of every single sidecar that is passing to head out there to start their race.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Just 1 minute before they go. Just 1 minute.
Get your helmet on. Get the engine started. Let the nerve and the excitement flow. So, what you see Greg Lambert and Annie Haynes doing there, they're trying to bump off the engine because a lot of these engines don't have starter motors on, like you would in a car. So they've got to try and put it in gear, run and bump one off. And that's what those little machines are for that you might see behind the back wheel. They've got their little rollers powered by a generator engine or a lawnmower engine that spins the back wheel and tries to bump it off in situ rather than having to run alongside it. Of course, the bigger the engine, the bigger the compression, which means it's going to be harder to start, but, you know, better on the circuit. There we go. There we go. Yes, no, that is definitely my favourite sound. So it's definitely interesting racing. It should be the experience versus you. And we're off. There we go. Kenny Howell's leaving. Step door. Ladies and gentlemen, all you marvellous people in between and beyond, we're going to have Sidecar racing back on the Isle of Man, back round the Motor Isle Billown Circuit. Let's have it.
Camera person. Where's the beam for me? Alright, back.
All right, so they've gone out. Finally, we're going to go racing. We're going to head up there to the start line. We're going to get the beginning of the race up at the start line, aren't we, Jack? So
yes,
you can come with us.
I apologise, just trying to get lost in the people traffic there.
The chaos of it all. Well, you know what? For a moment, I didn't think we were going to go out.
No,
so I'm grateful that we've gone racing. And no, it's they've dropped a lap, but that is 3 laps is good enough for everyone, isn't it?
Absolutely, certainly is. Be enough to get a good race and a good race and a good pace around there. Adam Pope and Jonathan, John Christopher, just managed to get that outfit started just so they can start on the back of holding bay there.
So just a quick note as we're walking down, this is Gus here. Gus is supporting a guy that's come all the way from the USA who is racing in Daytona this year. Gus normally is a mechanic for all the, he's in Supercross in the States. So hello! Yeah, I know, yeah. 3! Yeah. So Gus has travelled all the way over. It just so happens his season is finished at a point where he could come here and fit this in to support Israel Gilbert. He's here. He's come all the way from the USA. He's always wanted to race here, and he actually managed to get Ducati over to come on this course. So anyway, the Americans that come from all over the world, as is our grid, the 3-wheeling grid as well. There's just... Why wouldn't you want to come and travel to this?
Why wouldn't you want to come to the Isle of Man, eh?
The friendly races. The friendly, very wet and cold races.
No, but it's fantastic, yeah. Hello, 3-wheelers around the world.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, no, I'll take them off on the warm up there. Hopefully we'll be down there to see the start of the race. They're just going around, they'll be taking it steady in this warm up, I think, Ailey, because they'll be wanting to get all the sights for the standing water, the bit they can go a bit faster on, the bit they can't, they've got to really hold back on. To be fair, I think the weather we had today and the temperature and the wind, we'll not be seeing any remarkable lap times even for the wet. Really, I don't think. But I think, like I say, it's going to be experience. Like we both say, it's going to be experience versus the youth. Really, into it. It's going to be.
Well, how about markers and braking points? Is that going to change, you think, now? Or do you think they got that all locked in and this is not too dissimilar to the conditions aren't too dissimilar to when they've locked all that in?
Yes, so like they were all saying, yesterday's qualifying session, they only got 3 laps in, 2 or 3 laps in, but that was again atrocious conditions, just like this, and so they'll have some sort of idea of braking advantage and points to change. But racing's completely different kettle of fish to qualifying, especially first qualifying of the season. So of the meeting. So it'll be all again different once more.
All right, so head on over. We'll get ourselves right in there.
But the temperature as well, it's a lot. Friday night, although it wasn't hot by any means, but it's slightly warmer than this. This is going to be, this will be very interesting. Essentially, I know I said that hot, but yeah, that's essentially what it's going to be. Because I'd say it's just maybe just a slightly drier line there in the middle of the road, but I think I highly doubt there'll be any sort of dry patches or anything really around the circuit. It's the left-handers that catch sidecars out because you try in the wet. It's all about getting grip on the back wheel. So when you put out, imagine the sidecar is basically a triangle, and when you put weight out onto the left hand, it's taking weight off the back wheel. It's just going to make it slide like that. So that's why Alan Warner and Tom Dawkins were saying that Tom just wouldn't work in Church Bends at all because he didn't want to take any weight, a lot of weight off that back wheel, put it onto the chair and make it slide and go like that. And
it was interesting to hear him say how much more sliding obviously he does now in the classic other than he's got 2 fantastic teammates there, hasn't he? The experience that he's tapping into right there.
Yeah, he's not much older than me, Tom, and he's And like I say, he's got buckets of experience just sitting around him, which is tremendous. There we go, we've got a red flag up there, means that they're coming round now.
Just leave it.
Absolutely,
Full day. He's living the dream, isn't he? Taking the fish.
Congratulations! Wow, what a race! Newcomers, it's a new setup. You really make your mark on that first race.
Yeah, we put a stamp on that. Went very good.
And you feel good to you? How did the course look?
Wet. Very wet and slippery. So we had to be easy on the throttle, but went very good.
Troy, newcomer, you took the win from pole to win. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a very fantastic race. I enjoyed every meter I did.
Every meter of it?
Yeah.
I love that, Jack.
And you, on the first lap, you had a bit of a race there with Sepp and Kobe. They pushed you a bit there, but you held your own.
Yeah, they come past by us, but we could catch her back, and that was very good. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. What were the conditions like out there?
Wet, very wet. And it was slippery as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you get to the podium. I think they're waiting to get going. But listen, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Oh,
congratulations, guys. Well done. Well done.
Thanks.
Hoping we've got some time before you get on the podium, if that's okay. Gents, congratulations. You're involved in a little bit of a battle there, but I think I just heard you decided to just...
Well, yeah, it's our first time being here, and the road is quite slippery, so we had a couple of switching positions, but in the end I was like, maybe just take the second position because it's slippery all over, but it was fun. It was a fun race. So.
Yes, and to passenger as well, it must have been difficult out there.
Oh, it was quite okay, but really slippery. I had to watch out what I did, so the back wheel didn't come around, but it was really good. Yeah.
Congratulations! It's really good to see new faces on the podium, and like you say, it was a fantastic race to watch. You were with. You were with 56 there for the most of the time.
Yeah, in the beginning you were quite close.
Yeah.
They were next to each other on the straight end because Greg fell out, I think. But yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, well, listen, it was great for us to watch too. Congratulations, guys, and welcome to the Pre-TT Classic Races. Three-wheeler. William and Tony, congratulations. What a result for you.
I know, I couldn't believe it actually. Yeah, we really didn't expect it, especially with the conditions. Fortunately, a few people did drop out, which did help us.
Well, there was only one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because we've got a blistering start. We've got a really good start line. Give them a bit of advice. When it's raining like that, set off in second gear.
There we go.
And you get all the world off the start line. But these young lads, I mean, I'm old enough to be the granddad. They're good young lads and they ride hard, so we keep coming back and having a play and enjoy it. It's just a shame weather's been like it is.
Yeah, the weather's hasn't been the best, but another year, another podium, Tony. You must be happy with that.
Oh, can't believe it. Cannot believe it tonight. It's really... I'm going to have a beer tonight, but only one because I'm racing tomorrow.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
And William, it's so great to see, as Jack was just saying, some fresh faces coming through here on the podium.
Last year there was hardly any foreigners, so great to see them back again.
All these young lads at Future.
Yeah.
We keep coming and have a bit of a play and, it's fine. But to finish up podium, well pleased.
Well, listen, I think they're waiting to get going with this podium, so we'll let you get going. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
But yeah, Hayley, look, it's just really, really superb. As a Sidecar fan more than anything, to see new faces coming through and on the podium for the first time ever. I mean, right?
It was over too quick for me, quite frankly.
Yeah, three laps. Yeah, and hey, there we go. There's a podium.
Yay, there we go.
And a win around the 4.25 mile allowed circuit for 56 Marvin Pavilion, Troy Clinker! So ladies and gentlemen, once again, your top three, 24 Tony Virgil and William Morley, second for 21 second the world, your race winners, Marvin Vermeulen and Troy Clinker! Happy one as well!
Crankcases got sort of knew and then split the crankcases second race anyway, so you got it all built up overnight, came straight here the very next day, and it's just like the ignition box on right, so changed a few bits, and then come back and crankcases got again, so how are you anyway? Doing a great deal.
All right, so let's do a little recap then. We did make sure that we honour everybody's name. So we've got third place, of course.
Tony Virgil and William Morley there held a great race, did what they need to do. Tony's got loads of experience around here. He had a big gap to fourth, and to be fair, the front two did just get a little bit away. So I think he just sort of brought it home towards the end of that race.
And second is Sepe Noel and Kobe De Hoek.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
I hope so, but they've really blown me away, to be honest. Like I say, the first time they've seen the circuit, really, they've come here and they've finished a highly respectable second in front of people who've been around this course many times, and in conditions like these, experience, you can't put a price tag on the experience around here, in these bad wet conditions. So these are fantastic.
Pole sitters to winners.
Yeah.
With Marvin Vermeulen and Troy Clinker.
Troy Clinker.
Thank you.
Yes, no,
Clinker.
they just came in, had a bit of a battle. I said with number 21 on the first lap, but then they just got the head down and got pulled away. I think the fact that it was a 750 in that engine and the new one had the 1070, but the top and bottom is he's just a marvellous driver. I think we're going to see so much more of these young lads. Like like I say, as a Sidecar fan, this is just excellent, really.
It was very exciting.
Yeah.
So there's more to come tomorrow, isn't
Absolutely,
there? It
yeah.
will be yourself. I won't be here tomorrow. You'll be here covering the races tomorrow. Lucky you. I will be tuning in and making sure I keep up to date and everything and all the action that's going on. But listen, thank goodness they went racing. We were privileged and honoured to be watching that. Fantastic to see these new faces, as Jack said, coming through and dominating that race. And long may that continue, and more of that we look forward to watching. So this was the first race of the Pre-TT Classics down here at the MOTOR ISLE Billown Course. I'm Hayley Coxon. This is Jack Laidlow. Freewheeling. By the sport, for the sport.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Oh, it's the best circuit ever. It's just amazing. I mean, a lot of close walls, but just so nice to be back out.
Yeah, my first time on the island, first time racing here, so all being well, it should go good.
I'm just still thinking, hold on, I'm going to go out and be like, what corner is this again? But remembering some of it, we'll get there.
I've got a lot of admiration for all the passengers. We can only avoid as quick as good as the passenger lets us say.
Yeah, it goes very well. I really enjoy it.
It's just more bumpy than anything I've ever done before.
Yeah, it's very quick, challenging, so a lot different. There's a bit more furniture here, let's say, so yeah, we'll go out and see what we can do this afternoon.
What a race that that was. It was exciting for us to watch. Incredible.
Oh, slippy.
Yeah.
I couldn't work any of the lefts properly because
No.
if I did, the back would spin out. But we made it work, didn't we?
Yeah, he made it work. He had a couple of hairy moments, didn't he? Makes you go, ooh.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, Jack said he wanted a race with his dad, so that was a race with his dad, wasn't it?
Really good. I mean, last year we came in, I couldn't race because I was injured. To come back and get a podium, yeah, well placed, and especially for William.
Absolutely loved it. It's a brilliant race.
Yeah, a bit slicker in the wet, but that's all the more fun, isn't it?
It was spectacular to watch you two battle out first, so well done. I know it wouldn't be the way that you want to finish it, but...
No, excellent to get a win on my first time here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was very, very fast. Thank you, Jack. I was just hoping to stay on, to be honest, and I did that, so it was a win for me.
Driver's mistake, hitting a neutral and gifting the win, but he deserves a win. He's done very well this weekend.
Yeah, it was all right, was that? Fortunate Jack missed his gear and took advantage.
Pleased with that, very pleased.
Good end to the PTT weekend.
The problem with racing here is it makes everything else seem a bit of a step down.
Oh, I love it. There's nowhere better, is there? Great club, great people. It's just great, isn't it?